Now, therefore, I, Paige Brown, Mayor of the City of Gallatin, do hereby proclaim October 6, 2017 as City of Gallatin Manufacturing Day and encourage all of our citizens to join me in this worthy observance. So thank you all again.
Thank you. Thank you. So at this point in time, would you please help me in welcoming Gerry Helper to the podium?
You know, a couple of areas that we're proud of is the economic impact we make in the community. And we talk about it to a lot of groups, some that don't necessarily understand or relate to it, but I think this group can. We've had economic studies done on the impact of the team and Bridgestone Arena together, and the most recent one a couple of years ago showed the team and the building having an impact in the community of over $400 million a year. Ryan was wheeled in a wheelchair out of the ambulance, came to the band stage, and he and Kevin Fiala waved the flag that night, and obviously we went on to win. And so Ryan and Kevin were down in the locker room area, and so they were able to be part of the team photo because they were important parts of this. And what Ryan used in his first person piece was then to tell the story of how there was a little bit of a hole in his heart in that we didn't quite get the job done. And so he and his teammates are using the banner that will go up next week as kind of the inspiration for this season to serve as a reminder. We have a little bit of unfinished business to do. We came up 2 games short of where we really wanted to be, which was raising the banner that's the Stanley Cup championship banner. He had never scored a National Hockey League goal, had only played a couple of games prior to the Stanley Cup finals in regular season play. He then scored 3 goals in the Stanley Cup finals. So he's a rare story where he can say his first 3 NHL goals came in the finals. Who cares if he ever scores in the regular season? But that's the kind of depth that any team requires to go a long way. You know, you're going to rely on your top players, but you're going to need a lot of players, and that's one thing that David Poyle and Peter Laviolette have done a really good job of, is building up our depth so that, you know, when we have an injury like we do with Ryan Ellis, hopefully we've got enough depth within our lineup that we can overcome that and be able to have a successful season. So where Peter focuses on the process, and so 2-5-1 last year, and he would look at the situation and say, you know, I don't like the results, but that we are doing enough good things. I see enough good things within our game that if we keep doing the good things the right way, that the results will follow. You've got to do things the right way, and the results will follow, even if they don't show up initially.
I think it's a great thing when you can bring in local business owners to a community that wants to help grow the community. That's one reason that we chose Gallatin for our operation, was because of the people in this community willing to jump in, help in, do whatever it takes to add more jobs for the local community, and we want to be a part of that.